This is Rock Hard Riffs, guitar channel for the self-taught. Oh, hey there guys, this is Rock Hard Riffs, the rock and roll guitar channel for the self-taught. In today's video, we're going to talk about some really cool guitar gadgets that you might be interested in. First off though, we had recently made an effects loop video. I'm going to be remaking that. There are a couple things about it I don't like, so I just want to let you know that you'll be seeing another effects loop coming up soon. Okay guys, also if you happen to be new to our channel, please take a look at other stuff that we do. If you like what we do, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Okay guys, let's get on to the gadgets. And for our first gadget is the Page Capo. We just recently did a video about this. This is very cool. What's really neat about this is that you never have to take the capo off. You can just slide it up on top of your nut there and just screw the little back piece in there and away you go. So you never have to take it off. You just leave it on there up above the net. But it works just like a regular capo. Sounds great, works perfectly. Again, that's the Page, P-A-I-G-E, capo. Up next is the Floyd Rose FRX bridge. The cool thing about this, well, it's all cool, but the coolest thing about this is you don't have to rat out your guitar, and there are no screws that you need to put into your guitar. Now, it does have a locking mechanism that goes behind the nut, and there it is right here. This does need to be screwed in. 2 or 3 screws, I think, that lock this in there. So we're going to show you another gadget that you can use. It's a floating locking mechanism. It floats. It doesn't need to be screwed in or anything. But again, the Floyd Rose FRX, no screws, nothing. Works great. Love it. And here is the Guitar Nut Buster. This is a floating locking mechanism for your guitar. Again, this goes right behind the nut, and these are fine tuners. So here it is. This is the Guitar Nut Buster. It's just floating, just sitting there. You put the strings through it, it goes up to the nut, and away you go. It's very, very cool. It's kind of pricey, but it's definitely worth it, especially if you have like a vintage guitar or something and you want to put a bridge on it, and but you don't want to put any screws in it. That's totally understandable. Well, you can use the Floyd Rose FRX, and another thing I'm going to show you in just a second, along with this, and you won't have to screw anything in, which is awesome. Love this thing, works perfectly. You don't have to worry about putting pencil lead or graphite in your nut or any of that stuff. Just use this thing. This is all you need. And here we have the Duesenberg Less Trim. That's this guy right here. This is it's just like a Bigsby, except again, no screws. You don't need to screw anything in with this, and that in part is what makes this thing fantastic. Now guys, for all of these things, I have videos about all of these. It's in a new playlist I just made. It's called Guitar Gadgets. So everything you see in this video will be in that playlist. Again, that's Guitar Gadgets. And that's the Duesenberg Less Trim. I really, really love this thing. We also have a video of installing this, so you might want to check that out. And again, that's in Guitar Gadgets as well. Next up is the E-Bow. This is an electronic bow for your guitar. There's this cool little bag that it comes in. This is it. You stick this on your strings and you move it back and forth. I have, again, demos of this that are in the Guitar Gadgets playlist, but it's like a sustainer, right? But you can kind of make it sound like a bow too. Very, very cool. That is, unless you want to use a real bow. And I do sometimes. You know, I'm a big Zeppelin fan. I love Jimmy Page, and you know, you got to experiment, have fun. But again, the E-Bow, really cool gadget. It works on a 9-volt battery. Up next is the X5 Guitar Wireless System. Absolutely love this thing. I have a really cool video of this. I'm in a retirement area in Arizona, and in this area there are golf courses everywhere. You practically trip on them. Well, I made a video walking down a golf course with this to see how far they go, and it goes far. Check out that video, it's really cool. But you just plug one of these into your guitar. One's a receiver, the other's a transmitter. You put the other into your amp or into the beginning of your pedal chain, and away you go. Really, really cool, and you charge it with this USB cable there. doesn't take any batteries or anything. You just charge it. That's the one thing you've got to remember about these, is if you're about to go out and gig or go to practice and use it or whatever, make sure that they're charged. Now this is also great for home use, so you're not stumbling over cables and cords, and you can take your guitar with you wherever you want, wherever you are, and you know, you don't have to be tied down to anything or take your guitar off if you don't want to, so you're going to go answer the door, something like that. These are great. Really love these. Next up, we have the Neotech guitar harness. Now, for those of you who watch my channel regularly, you know I have a bad back. I was using this quite a while. What it does is it takes all the weight off of one shoulder and puts them on both. And you take this thing and it just straps to the back of your guitar, and then you hook this little hook that's on here onto this little eyelet that's there, and it just holds it. It's kind of like a saxophone strap, kinda. Pretty similar to it. But again, you know, if you have a heavy guitar or if your shoulder's just bothering you, transfer the weight to both shoulders. It might be a big help. Again, this is the Neotech guitar harness. I used this thing for a long time until my back finally said no more. Now guys, just for your information, I am not paid to demo, review anything you see on my channel. I have yet to be paid to demo anything. And of course I'll tell you if I ever am paid to do something, but up to this point I am not paid by anybody. Next up is the K&M guitar stand. You've probably seen Alex Lifeson use one of these with his acoustic guitar. This one is specifically for solid body guitars. In other words, electric guitars. But of course they have them for acoustic guitars. But this thing's great. This has really helped to save my back. I don't wear my guitar at all. I just put it on the stand, you clamp it in, etc., and away you go. Also guys, I have done a lot of follow-up videos for each one of these products. You'll find those videos in the Guitar Gadget playlist as well. So again, that's the K&M guitar stand. These things aren't cheap. You can look around at different places, see if you can find them used. But for me, the cost wouldn't matter almost, just because it has saved my back in part, so to speak, right? I can still play, let's put it that way. So guys, let us know if you have any questions about any of this stuff. Please leave a comment in the comment section and I'd be more than happy to answer. Sometimes, guys, I've looked in my comment things on YouTube there, and then there are comments from years ago that I never saw. So if I don't answer your comment, it is not on purpose. So please, you know, if I don't answer your comment, try leaving another one if it's really important to you. Alright guys, this is Rock Hard Riffs, the rock and roll guitar channel for the self-taught. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next video.